Welcome to Bible Study with Fred. Today I'm in Proverbs chapter 3, starting in verse 29. So I'll read that and make some brief comments. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Now, evil is often synonymous with malice, maliciousness, calamity, disaster, and violence in the Bible. An evil beast is mentioned in Genesis 37:20. God creates evil in Isaiah 45:7. Today's evil is more than enough to contend with, as in Matthew 6:34. This is a warning not to plan something against your neighbor, ostensibly to take his stuff as he dwells safely by you. As Christians, we should extend this to any evil scheme, gossip, or plan against our neighbor, particularly due to our covetousness, envy, or competitive feelings. The old saying, keep up with the Joneses, doesn't justify you in plotting their downfall. Verse 30 says, strive not with a man without cause if you have done thee no harm. The warning is clear. Strive can be seen by Exodus 21:18. It's to struggle and conflict. If the Hebrew had been done no harm, he was not to start trouble. John the Baptist even tells soldiers to do violence to no man. Strange instructions for soldiers, aren't they? Although it appears from the context that this is about extorting money from people over which you rule. Luke 3:14. And the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, and what shall we do? And he said unto them, do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely, be content with your wages. Christ goes even further with the Jews under the Roman occupation, telling them not to fight back. Matthew 5:39, but I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. We are told to live peaceably with all men inasmuch as we can. Romans 12:18, if it be possible, as much lieth in you, live peaceably with all men, and be thou not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. Now that was, I'm sorry, let me back up here. That was Proverbs 3:31. So if you'll bear with me a moment, I'm going to correct a mistake. Okay. So that's Proverbs 3:31, and that says, and be thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So we have a common moral problem of looking up to the biggest, the baddest, and the most powerful. Were it not for the rule of law in our culture and the influence of Christ, we live much like our ancestors lived in Europe and like many less advanced people live today in other parts of the world, where the tough man with the guns and his friends with guns tend to wind up in charge. In political history, the dictator was called the man on horseback. We're not to want to imitate the oppressor of our fellow man, nor are we to do things as he does them. John makes a good point in his letter, James 5:1-6. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, as ye eat your flesh, as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. You have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just. He doth not resist you. Because of oppression, extortion, and murder being part of the job, early Christians said it was inconsistent with being a Christian to be an emperor. It was very unlikely that you would wield power, whether in business or in politics, and be able to maintain a consistent Christian witness. It takes a very rooted and grounded Bible believer to be able to do that. Of course, how many Bible believers do you think would pursue political power or the chairmanship of ExxonMobil? Do not envy the powerful or the oppressor, and they are commonly one and the same. Don't choose their ways. Proverbs 3:32. For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. Froward is faithless. Deuteronomy 32:20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. Froward is unsavory, the opposite of pure. 2 Samuel 22:27. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself unsavory. Psalm 18:26. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself froward. A froward is the opposite of wise. Job 5:13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Froward is wicked. Psalm 101:4. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. A froward mouth is foul. Proverbs 6:12. A naughty person A wicked man walketh with a froward mouth. Proverbs 8:8. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There's nothing froward or perverse in them. We'll meet froward again in Proverbs. In context, the oppressor whom we are not to emulate or envy is froward. Hitler was froward. Mugabe is froward. Stalin was froward. With regard to the word secret, this must be a reference to something that only God and the righteous man can share. He will show them his covenant, hide them in the secret of his tabernacle, and in the secret of his presence. Those that live with God in his secret place live under his shadow. Psalm 25:14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Psalm 27:25. For the Lord, for the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me, he shall set me up on a rock. Psalm 31:20. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. Psalm 91:4 or 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Now, Proverbs 3:33 to 35 says, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. God is a divider, separating the wicked from the just, the prideful scorners from the humble, lowly, and the wise from fools. The determination of whether you are a fool or not is based on how you view and handle God's words and admonitions. So we'll stop there. That's the end of chapter 3. We'll pick it up in chapter 4 next. I hope that you'll, again, and I say this every time, it's because it's important, that you'll read your Bible, study your Bible, cross-reference the verses, pray to God for wisdom and understanding, and then share your interpretation with somebody else. You've got family members, you've got children, co-workers, you can do a written blog, you can just state a few thoughts on a nice 1 minute. You got 15-second videos, shorts, I call them, on YouTube. I mean, there's all kinds of ways for you to express what God has laid on your heart. Somebody's out there waiting for you to say something about the Bible, and about your faith. So, in any event, if you want to purchase my comments, you can get them on Amazon in Kindle or paperback form. Follow me here, blogger.com. And I hope that this benefits you in some way, even if it's just to spur you on to let God speak to you through his word. Thank you.